Hi there, welcome back to my channel. So I've had a change of name of the channel. I've previously been called Finding My Marbles. So the last time I did a video, we had just found out that we were having a girl, which we're really excited about. So we've been buying little girl things. So I would say that we have got most of the big items that we need, but it still feels like we have a lot of things that we need to get. So looking down the list, it's all quite small items and things, and I know we'll get around to getting them. It just feels like there's quite a lot still to get, but as I say, I'm 24 weeks, so I've still got, how many weeks? 16 weeks to get everything, providing she comes on time. She could come early or late, so yeah, I think we're just getting around to getting everything, and we've more or less got, like I said, the big items. We've got a crib, we've got a lot of things that have been given to us. Friends of ours have had girls recently. My cousin's had a girl recently. Luckily she's given us a Tommy tipping machine, which is obviously really expensive, a Moses basket. Other friends have been really generous. You know, we got a changing table given, so we are very lucky in that respect, and I do know that we'll get everything we need. So yeah, 24 weeks. I think the third trimester is 26 weeks, so a couple of weeks and then I'm in the third trimester. I have felt like, energy wise, I think always, like in pregnancy, towards the end of the night you're going to feel tired. It gets to 8 o'clock, I'm pretty tired, and then the rest of the night, yeah, I'm just tired like at that time, which obviously I used to be a bit of a night owl, so I could stay up a bit later, but now I can't stay up as late, which is fine because I just love my bed anyway. And then energy wise, I'm okay, like at work at the minute. I did do a 12-hour shift at work because I've been doing shorter shifts. Did do a 12-hour shift at work, and it was quite tiring. When was that? It's been about 4 or 5 days ago, and it was quite tiring. So I think like they're really taking the toll on all the 12 hours, and I think I've got 2 more 12 hours to do, and then I start another rota, and I have asked just for 6 hours and earlies, because even late, it's like if I do 2-8, like I'm so tired at 8 o'clock, so I may as well have been on all day. So I have asked for that, so we'll see. But they should stick to that because yeah. So anyway, I have been finding hormones quite difficult. Like, I'll be absolutely fine, and then I'll wake up in a great mood and I'll be absolutely fine, and then like one little thing will knock me, and then I just feel like quite stressed, and I can tell that it's hormones. And like, for example, last week, I just found myself getting stressed over little things a lot quicker than I would usually. I don't know, I could just feel in myself that I was in a bad mood, but I just wasn't sure why, and it's just literally, I can feel it, it's just like hormones. So I'm assuming that's because I'm coming up to the third trimester. Obviously you're hormonal all the way through your pregnancy, but first trimester is crazy hormones. It's just such a change, and then it settles down a bit, and then I think it builds up again into the third trimester. So I think the hormones are just coming in a bit now, and I'm just finding that I need to go for a walk, to get into nature helps. I mean, caffeine is limited in pregnancy anyway, so I haven't been having a lot of caffeine, but I feel like when I'm feeling hormonal and then I have maybe a latte or something, which obviously is within the 200 milligram limit that you're supposed to have, I'll feel agitated. So I've been trying to not have caffeine as much. But I mean, it's all the things I've talked about in previous videos, to keep yourself calm. But it's to be expected. Pregnancy, you have got a lot more hormones going around your body, and you are going to feel more on edge at times, and it's just about taking it easy. And I think that I find it good to keep busy, but also, how do I describe this? So doing things around the house, doing practical things, keeping busy, doing my MVQ work, things like that is good, so that I'm not just sat. But as regards meeting people, like I've been seeing my friends and things, but I find if I arrange to see 2 friends in the day, like if I see one of my friends, then I feel good, like I've had a really nice time, and I come home and I chill. If I arrange too many things in one day, so for example I arrange to meet one friend in the morning and one friend in the evening, by the next day or the night, probably, because I'm pregnant and I get tired a lot quicker, I feel drained and I feel like I've done too much. And so I'm trying to limit, I don't want to be antisocial obviously, but I'm trying to limit pushing myself too much, because when you are around other people, it's fine, but when you're pregnant, you need the toilet a lot more. You need to get up and go to the toilet a lot. You can't hold it for as long as when you weren't pregnant. You get hungry, and maybe you could go a bit longer before you're pregnant, but you need to eat. And so if you're meeting 2 people a day, sometimes it's hard to fit in, like getting food and stuff, and you kind of feel like you're fitting around other people's schedules. And yeah, I think you just have to kind of put yourself first in this period of time. So, and if you are tired or you're getting backache and you're with a friend, you feel like maybe you can't just lie down. So I think it is important to still have that you alone time in pregnancy, especially as it gets further along, just to make you feel recharged and then ready for meeting people. But as I say, interacting is still important. I'm feeling a lot more of the kicks, which is great. I think from what I understand and what I talk to people, some people feel the kicks more in their ribs or their belly button, or everyone's different. So I feel a lot of kicks in my bladder. So I think that must mean she's got her head higher up and then her feet at the bottom more, I think. So I feel a lot of kicks low down, like now, and in my bladder. And sometimes I feel like she's like sitting on my bladder. I think she's like low down. Sometimes, well, yeah, I feel like that's where she kind of sits, quite low down. But then obviously I have been feeling more kicks at the front as well now. My placenta's at the front, so I think some people feel kicks a lot earlier when they have a posterior placenta, but mine's an anterior placenta, so I've started to feel kicks at between the 18th and 19th week, so 18 weeks. And then Richard, my partner, he felt kicks at 23 weeks when we were at his mum and dad's. He felt the first kick, and then we had a little gap, and now he's feeling them again, because it's like catching the right time when she's kicking. feel her kicking a lot at night time, like 8 o'clock at night when we're starting to watch telly, up until when we go to bed. Like on the right hand side, she does a lot of little kicks right inside of my tummy. So that's obviously really lovely, like being able to feel her move. Apparently she can hear and recognise voices now. And it's important to sometimes interact with like music. So when I've had chance, I mean, I listen to music generally, but when I've had chance, I go into her nursery that we've decorated, and I bought an Elton John CD because I love Elton John, and I just thought it was like something, because they say if you play the same music, then the baby can recognise it when they're born. So I thought if I play some Elton John, like when I'm in there, like she can hear it and she'll recognise it when she comes out. And I've got it in her nursery, so when I'm looking after her in the nursery when she's here, it'd be nice to soothe her with some Elton John. I also bought a Mozart CD because I've heard that it's really good when the baby's here. I mean, it probably works for when baby's still in your uterus, but they can obviously still hear the music. But I have heard when they are here, it helps with like their mental development to like listen to classical music. So I bought the Mozart CD. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. Budgeting. As I said about buying things, I'm finding that I'm like probably getting too many items that I maybe don't 100% need, because I think all your baby really needs is your time and your love. It is important to have all the things that you need, but they had a lot less things when we were babies and our mum and dads were looking after us, and they managed. Some of my friends are far end of the extreme with loads of things. Some of my friends have a lot less. It's just deciding what you need, I think. But I think I was looking way too much at things and like looking at all the new trends of like, you know, I don't know, things you see on Instagram, and you know, there's a lot of trends that come and go of items that you may need, and I think as long as you've just got the essentials and you just don't need to buy into all those things. I think there's some things like the white noise toys. My cousin has actually got me a white noise toy anyway, which I did want to have because I have heard that it soothes them. But then you know, you could just use the hairdryer and put the hairdryer on in the background, and that's white noise, and that, you know, you don't necessarily need a toy. So I think it's just identifying what you do and don't want. But I haven't actually bought a lot of like teddies for her yet, so that also ties in with a teddy as well. Names, we've pretty much decided on her name. We had a first and a second name, and then we realised that the second name that we'd chosen was very similar to a friend of ours, well, a friend of mine who had her daughter's like 3 or 4 now, but very similar like second name to that. And so we sort of reviewed the second name, but that's fine because we love the first name. And yeah, we figured out a second name that will go well with our surname and her second name. But then I think we're sticking with that now. Like, you can be too much into it and think, oh, is that name too much like that one, or is that too much like so and so's baby's name? You know, you can get caught up in it, and you know, at the end of the day, you can call your baby whatever the hell you want, and as long as you love that name, it doesn't matter if it's similar to somebody else's name, or somebody else has the same name, or if it's a popular name, or if it's a little bit quirky. It doesn't matter. It's as long as you like the name. So we've decided on her name, and we're very excited, but we will be keeping it a secret. People keep asking me, and then they like make you feel a bit guilty sometimes because you say I'm not going to tell you. They go, oh, that's tight. I'm like, yeah, but I want to keep it a secret because I don't want like everything to be known. So yeah, So sometimes, like at my work, people come and they go, "Have we got a name yet?" And I'm like, "No, not a clue." I'm like, "Because I don't want you to ask me anymore." But yeah, so everything is going well, as I say, just like some hormonalness, but it's all part and parcel of pregnancy. And she's growing really well. I'll just show you my tummy. Oh, hold on. So I've got my little my little drawstring pants with the little belly tummy bit. So yeah, that's my 24-week update. So I will speak to you all soon.